Hi, everybody. Welcome to tonight's 10-10 call. What we're going to be discussing is 10 minutes about pure therapeutic ketones, and we're going to be discussing 10 minutes all about Pruvit, the company, the opportunity, and what we do as independent promoters. So my name is Nicholas Couch. I'm an independent promoter with Pruvit. I've been drinking pure therapeutic ketones for just over 4 years, and I have to start off by saying, from my own personal experience, they have totally blown my mind, changed my life, my energy, my mood, my sleep, my body composition. I wear the same size jeans at age 36 as I wore at age 16. Like, I literally wear the same size pants I wore in high school. So they help me maintain a healthy weight, a healthy body, and it really just keeps my cravings and all that under control. So let's get into how that works and how this all started. So let's rewind back to 2015. I received a brown box from my friend from high school. I pulled out a Ziploc bag full of white powder. It looked like some type of illegal drug or substance. Wasn't quite sure, and I called him. He's like, "Hey, ketones, ketosis." And I was like, "I don't even know what you're talking about." So I literally knew nothing about ketones. I trusted him. I drank the samples he sent me for about 8 days. I asked for more. There was no more. So I kind of just blew it off and wasn't really thinking about it. And then over the course of the next about 9 months, I had gained almost 30 pounds and I was miserable. All belly fat, chubby in the face, miserable. Like, tying my work boots in the morning was uncomfortable. I just felt like disgusting. I was at an all-time height of my weight, and I knew I needed to do something. And I saw all these people having great results for fat loss using pure therapeutic ketones. So I jumped in, not really understanding it still, and I just started drinking it every single day, like my friend Brian recommended. Over the course of the next 2.5 to 3 months, I lost all 30 pounds. I felt amazing. My energy was up. My wife was starting to notice that my mood was better when I got home from work. I was getting more done at work. I was more focused. I've always been a very scatterbrained person, and it really just helped me focus in. So at that point in the 3-month mark, I got curious about it, and I started reading keto books, which I have a whole collection here behind me. And I started researching it and understanding it and training with some of the best doctors in the world, the top keto experts. I've seen them all. And from that point on, it really psyched me out. And I was like, man, I've got to understand this more. I've got to understand more. So I keep digging into education. I could probably tell you more about ketones, ketosis, the ketogenic diet than almost any of your doctors and healthcare providers and physicians and people like that, because it's not something common that we talk about in America. I mean, we live on a very high carb diet world. Like, everything's carbs and everything's sugars and everything's processed foods. So everything with keto is the opposite. So we're not talking about the diet. I'm just saying in general, that's the difference in the world. Like, we live in America. We're a very carb heavy country. Keto's the opposite. So let's talk about that quick. So when you drink pure therapeutic ketones, I have a box of Blue Ocean, which is one of my favorites. When you drink pure therapeutic ketones, the main ingredient is beta-hydroxybutyrate, which is a ketone. Every person in the world, their liver makes beta-hydroxybutyrate. It's one of your natural ketones. You would find it in the bloodstream. You make beta-hydroxybutyrate based off of the liver breaking down fatty acids, body fat, fat tissue, adipose fat tissue. So when your liver breaks down fat, it makes ketones. We now have a formula that you can mix in water, put in a shaker cup, drink it down. You put ketones directly into your bloodstream. Our ketones, Pruvit's ketones, are 100% bioidentical. What that means is that your body cannot tell the difference between the ketones that you are drinking and from the ketones that you are making in your body naturally. So here's the kicker. Most people, you have a transition period where your body is full of glucose and glycogen from carbs and sugars. You start to cut the carbs and sugars. You have no glucose, no glycogen. Your body's still going because your body's always using energy. You feel like crap, and then you start to make ketones. You feel amazing. But guess what? It's Susie's birthday party. So you have some cake. Hello, glucose, glycogen, blood sugar, insulin. So you got to start that all over again. Hello, ketones. You feel amazing. John from work brought donuts. Bye-bye ketones. Hello, glucose. So it's a constant roller coaster. Most of us aren't disciplined enough to stick to a strict keto diet. And even if you do stick to a strict keto diet, there's a lot of other variables. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to go into the medical ones, but your hormones. So for women, when you have your monthly cycle, it can jack up your ketones. If you're an older woman and you're in menopause, it could jack up your ketones. For guys, like, we don't have as many hormone roller coasters, but like our cortisol levels, like if you don't sleep enough, that can jack up your ketone levels. If you're stressed out, that could jack up your ketone levels. If you sleep too much, it can jack up your ketone levels. If your diet's not picture perfect for you and your activity level, it could screw up your ketone production. So this sounds crazy, like I got to cut the carbs, I got to make ketones. Oops, it's like a seesaw. This is the flat line solution to your keto roller coaster. You drink it, there's X amount of ketones in the packet, it goes in your body, those ketones go to your bloodstream, then your ketones are elevated, so you're in ketosis. The nuts and bolts of this are, this contains ketones, you drink it, it puts ketones in your bloodstream, you're in ketosis, regardless of your diet. So I'm not even talking about the keto diet. That's something you'll figure out later. And the magic of drinking pure therapeutic ketones every day is, we know we should eat better, but we just have a hard time. Susie's birthday, John brought donuts. So ketones help control your cravings and your appetite and all that stuff. So you actually eat when you're hungry and you actually stop when you're full. There's none of this overeating. The ketones are amazing for that. They give you more energy. So if you have more energy, like myself, if you haven't noticed, you're going to move more. You're going to walk more. You're going to take more steps throughout the day. Maybe you'll be so fired up, you'll go to the gym. Maybe you'll come home and do a workout. Maybe you'll get the kids and go swimming. Whatever. Ride your bicycle. You'll just move more. So if you start moving more, that's obviously good for your health. And then if you have a better mood, like myself, because you drink ketones, you're going to have a better day, less stress. You're going to do better at work. You're going to be happier. You're going to be more productive because of your energy and you're happy. And then if you increase your focus because you're drinking ketones, you're going to just rock your day. You're going to have an amazing day. You're going to get stuff done. And then ketones are going to help you burn a little extra body fat. So when you're in ketosis and you're burning fat, you feel amazing. Your body starts changing. You're like, give me more ketones. Give me more ketones. So I always say, when you drink ketones, it's kind of like getting in a vortex. So you get in that vortex, the ketones start working in your first 10 days of your 10-day experience pack, because most people start by buying 10 packs of a variety of flavors and drinking one a day for 10 days. So you get in the vortex. Day 10, you start feeling amazing. You slept better. Your mood's better. Your sleep's better. Like, everything's better. And then you're 30 days in. And then you're 60 days in. And then you're a year in. And then you're 4 years in. And the vortex is out of control. And stuff is just spinning at warp speed. So you just get in that vortex of awesomeness, of feeling better, and it just keeps getting better. I can promise you, I've been a guinea pig of ketones for 4 years. Like, I drink this stuff every day of my life. I couldn't imagine not drinking ketones. But how I perform, my energy, my mood, my sleep, my body, my workouts, et cetera, are better at year 4 than they were at year 3. Year 3 was better than year 2. Year 2 was better than year 1. Year 1 was better than 6 months. 6 months was better than day 10. It keeps getting better for many reasons. It keeps getting better because we keep advancing the science. So we started out way back. Like I mentioned, I got the Ziploc bag. That was actually really disgusting. That stuff didn't even taste like something safe for human consumption. But we went from the Ziploc bag to 1.0 to 1.2 to 2.0 to 2.1 to NAT, or to Max. Max was CMed, Max Amped, and then we went to Nat, and now we have Nat Unleashed. So we've upgraded ketones 10 times. That would be like buying the iPhone 6, and over the course of 4 years, you have an iPhone 16. Like, they don't give you the phones that fast, but that's how fast we're moving with ketone technology. It keeps getting better. Now we actually naturally ferment the ketones, so it's not even processed synthetically. Not that when we did, it was crap. Like, it was a very pure process, and we have awesome technology in how we make ketones, but now it's natural ingredients, naturally fermented for the final product. We have a lot of women. Now, obviously, you want to consult with your doctor. I'm not a doctor, but I have lots of pregnant women whose doctors rant and rave about ketones. Consult with yours. We've got so many success stories, I can't even begin to mention them. And I'm at 10 minutes, 5 seconds. So if you have questions, get back to the person that shared this video with you. Get back to the person that invited you to watch with us tonight. And we're going to jump straight into the next 10 minutes. We're going to talk about the business. We're going to talk about promoting and sharing and spreading the amazingness of ketones with your friends, families, and people around the world. Like, if you would have told me 4 years ago that I would have business in Mexico, business in the UK, business in Australia, business in Malaysia, like, I didn't even have anybody in Pennsylvania that was drinking ketones, let alone other countries. I had no idea where we were going, because when I started drinking ketones, I was a promoter. I was sharing it, but I had no goals. I had no plans. I didn't know where I was going with this. Like, I still was an electrician. I was just doing this because I liked it and I felt good. So my journey was a lot different. I just got started sharing it because I loved it. And then the more I shared it and the more testimonies that came in, the more fired up I got, the more I learned, the more I read, the more I wanted to know, the bigger the team got. I started helping more and more and more people. And as of today, my ripple, so like when you throw a rock in a lake, it creates a ripple that just keeps going and going and going. Because I've started talking to the world about ketones, we've reached about 10,000 people with ketones. So I always recommend that you have your own product experience before you ever start promoting ketones, so it's authentic. Like, you can be like, hey, John, I feel so good on this stuff. You should try it with me. Whatever we'll teach you how to share it. But I'm just saying, it's a lot easier to talk to somebody about ketones when you can tell them, like, man, I've been drinking this for 10 days. I had the best night's sleep. I woke up excited about work. I had a good mood. I didn't fight with my wife when I got home from work. I didn't butt heads with my kid. So it's a lot easier when you have a story to share. Like, people were always afraid, like, I can't sell ketones. I don't know how to sell stuff. I've never sold anything. Good, because we don't sell ketones. I wasn't a salesman. I was an electrician. My wife was a lawyer. She wasn't a salesperson. Like, we don't sell ketones. We educate each other. We learn the science. We learn all about ketones and ketosis. And then we just go out and share it with the world, and we educate other people. And through that, we educate. And then by the time you start helping enough people have great results, you're so inspired, so fired up, so stoked to tell everybody. You can't shut your mouth about ketones. You get so excited about ketones, you literally start wearing shirts that say drink ketones. Literally, like, I have a whole wardrobe of keto t-shirts. People were like, do you wear anything except for keto t-shirts? I was like, yes, if I'm at a funeral or a wedding. Other than that, it's keto gear daily. But it's my business. Like, do you think the CEO of Nike wears a Reebok shirt? No. Why would he? He's repping his brand. So I've been an independent promoter with Pruvit for 4 years, and it's completely changed my life. Like I said, when I got involved in this opportunity to share better around the world, I didn't have any real expectations. And then I learned more about the company, and I learned more about the CEO and the vision and the mission. And I just started telling more people and coaching more people and helping more people, that it's become my full-time job. I've been a full-time promoter. I actually quit my electrical career. My wife walked away from her lawyer career. And this is all that we've done for 2.5 years for me, 2 years for my wife. We now homeschool our children. It's been an amazing journey. And what I would highly recommend is if you are considering checking out the opportunity of promoting and sharing ketones, that you reach out to the person that invited you, shared this video with you, and ask them what their journey's been like, because everybody's story is different than mine. Right now on the camera, I can see Missy. Missy's journey has been much different than, on the other side of my screen, Stacy. They're both on fire. They both had amazing stories with ketones. Their husbands have had amazing stories, but they're two different people. They do it differently. Like, what I would tell you is, you don't want to start doing this and try and be Nick. You're not Nick. You want to be yourself. You want to find your own rhythm and your own groove. But literally, anywhere that you can get an internet connection on your cell phone, you can share the power of ketones. That's all it takes. Like, I have friends that are like, man, Nick, you work way harder than you used to. It might look like that from the outside, but like my workday consists sometimes of just 4 Starbucks meetings. Sometimes I work from a raft in my pool. Sometimes I work from the beach. Sometimes I work from an airplane 35,000 feet in the air. So it's really cool. And we are a community-based marketing company. And so many people have had experiences with other companies that were in network marketing. We do things way different over here. But what I love about the Pruvit model is that we have an amazing product. We have more, this is my personal experience. Last year, 2018, we had 94% of all of our new people that started drinking ketones were customers. They didn't promote it. They didn't share it. They didn't wear a keto t-shirt, nothing. 94% of everything last year was customers, meaning people just love to drink ketones. So when you start drinking ketones, you start getting it every month because you love it. So literally, over the course of the last 4 years, all 365 days out of the year, I have smart ships that process. That means that people's automated orders process around 4:42 in the morning, Eastern time. So while I'm sleeping every day, 365 days a year of my life, my efforts, my work have paid off to the point where every morning I have automatic orders that process. So now you're leveraging technology. Like I used to be an electrician. I didn't make money unless I was out putting lights in or hooking up receptacles or putting breakers in. Now I've created a way to use technology in the automated orders, in the awesomeness of ketones, and people keep coming back and keep wanting more. I literally make money in my sleep every morning of my life. It's a pretty cool feeling to wake up and know that that happened. So people look at this for the wrong reasons because they had a bad experience with another company. You've never worked with Pruvit. You've never seen what we do. So just understand that you don't have to trade dollars for hours because you can leverage technology to reward you financially. And then you have so many people that have been inspired by ketones that want to share ketones, so you start earning off of your team's efforts. We call it your community. So you start building a community of people that want to tell the world about ketones, and you earn a small itty-bitty commission off of everybody that you've ever introduced to ketones. And you start leveraging other people's time to impact you financially because you put in the time, the effort, the work. So if you think about it from the grand scheme of businesses, like I have a close family member who owns a very, very thriving, successful pizza shop. Guess what? His pizza business makes him no money in his sleep. It makes him no money on his days off. It makes him no money on Sundays when he's closed. If he's not throwing pizza in the air and sliding in the oven, if customers aren't ordering and coming through the doors, there's no revenue. That's the beauty of community-based marketing. You build a team of people that are fired up and inspired by ketones that you can educate each other. You can go out with the mission of changing the world and making people better. You get rewarded based off of your efforts. So I've been able to replace 2 incomes in my family. My wife and I both work from home. We travel quite frequently, and we now homeschool our children because I've put in the work for 4 years. This isn't some get rich quick. I'm going to sign up to sell ketones and I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to have a Ferrari in my driveway and a yacht in my backyard, and I'm going to have swimsuit models on the deck of my yacht. This isn't what we're talking about. You're going to have to put in some effort, but you will get rewarded for your efforts. But don't expect like this isn't some lottery ticket. You're gonna have to work. It's a business. If you treat it like a business, it will pay you like a business. My wife and I, for the last 4 years, have treated it like a business. So I just highly recommend, if you have questions, reach out to me personally. Let me know who introduced you or who shared the video with you. And then we can have a one-on-one talk. You can ask me all the questions. I don't sugarcoat. I don't fluff. I don't BS. I'm going to tell you the truth, whether it's what you want to hear or not. I'm going to tell you the good. There really isn't bad. I was going to say the good, the bad, the ugly, but there isn't bad or ugly. I'm going to tell you the good and I'm going to tell you the truth. But it's been an amazing journey. I wake up every day on fire, passionate, loving life, and I get to work with the coolest people I've ever met. And it's awesome to marry people that are excited and technology and ketones all in one little happy marriage with a bow on top. It will blow your mind at what's possible when you start receiving the testimonies of the people that you introduce ketones to, your customers, your promoters. You start hearing all these stories. Like, I'm looking at Missy in the top right corner. Her husband was skeptical, drank ketones for 10 days, wasn't quite sure if he was feeling anything, stuck with it for 3 more days, kabam, felt it. 1 year later, her husband lost 102.5 pounds. I'm not saying it was all the ketones, but the ketones were the catalyst. He started drinking them. He stopped drinking so much beer. He stopped eating so many carbs and processed foods. And over that course of that year, because ketones started getting into his bloodstream, it's changed his life. It's changed Missy's life. It's changed Missy's son's life. Like, it's a family thing. Like, when you can start helping entire families experience better, that's what it's all about. And honestly, like, if you take away the commissions, if you take away the rewards, the cars that you can earn and the car payments, that stuff's fun and fine and dandy. That's not my motive. My motive is inspiring people to wake up with enthusiasm and passion every day to go out and champion the ketone conversation and make somebody's life better today because they decided to start putting ketones in their bloodstream. That's all it takes. We've just been eating the wrong crap for 40, 50 years, and we're seeing the effects of that right now with people's health. I don't know one person in the world, especially the United States, because we're a very obese country, that couldn't use energy, focus, mood, sleep, fat loss, and there's more. Those are, like, I call those the 5 key ingredients. Some people don't want to lose fat, but I guarantee you if they don't want to lose fat, they could use some energy, they could use some mood, they could use some sleep, they could use some focus. I mean, it is crazy. Like, there's so many stories. I'm over my 10 minutes by about a minute. So I'm going to wrap this up. That was a quick 10-minute introduction to ketones, a quick 10-minute introduction to Pruvit, the company, the opportunity, and how you can get affiliated with us to help champion the conversation. So if you have questions, reach out to the person that shared this with you. If you have more questions, reach out to me. My name is Nicholas Couch on Facebook, at CouchNJ on Instagram. Just please let me know who shared this with you. I would love to have a one-on-one, real person-to-person conversation. And if you don't tell me who shared it with you, I'm going to ask you because that's what we do. But I would love to talk to everybody that catches the replay of this video. 4 years in, we're having a blast, and we are just getting started. So that's all I have, guys. I hope you have an awesome evening. We will talk to you next time.